If classic jazz orchestras, velvet hotel bars, and old Brooklyn nightlife still inspire your imagination, subscribe to Blue Hour Avenue here. You'll find timeless swing melodies, vintage glamour, and nights that always feel alive. Midnight falling on the river line, Brooklyn breathing through the pouring sky. Old ferries drifting slow like lonely dreams, silver waves reflecting broken neon beams. I pull my collar to the ocean wind. That little harbor club still sings within. A smoky saxophone begins to cry, like every tear I never let survive. And every street lamp knows your name tonight. Every raindrop keeps your ghost alive. Harbor lights beneath Brooklyn rain, calling softly through my restless pain. Your last slow dance still lingers in the air, like perfume fading somewhere near the pier. Oh, the moon still shines on empty rails, and lonely hearts beneath forgotten sails. But all I find when midnight whispers low are harbor lights and nowhere left to go. The piano trembles through the velvet dark. Old lovers sway while strangers miss their mark. A bartender keeps polishing the past, like broken memories pretending they can last. I see your shadow in the window glass, a cigarette, your silhouette, then black. The band keeps playing like you never left, while every trumpet steals another breath. This tired city never sleeps alone. It keeps old heartbreak dancing through the smoke. Harbor lights beneath Brooklyn rain, calling softly through my restless pain. Your last slow dance still lingers in the air, like perfume fading somewhere near the pier. Oh, the ferry's grown beyond the tide, like old goodbye songs carried through the night. And all that's left beneath the morning glow are harbor lights and nowhere left to go. Maybe somewhere past the river bend, you still remember how the violins began. That little ballroom hidden near the docks, where we let forever disappear with jazz. The dawn arrives in faded shades of blue. The city wakes, but I still dream of you. Harbor lights beneath Brooklyn rain, still burning softly through my aging pain. The saxophone keeps crying to the sea, like the whole night was written just for me. Now the club is closing one chair at a time, and the river slowly swallows every light. Still I remain where your memory city glows with harbor lights and nowhere left to go. Soft piano, rain on the harbor, one last ferry crossing through the fog. The ballroom doors swung open slowly as polished shoes rushed onto marble floors. Waiters drifted past with silver trays, while couples spun beneath the grand decor. The orchestra exploded into rhythm, clarinet flames dancing through the air, and every trumpet climbing toward the ceiling made the whole city disappear. Then high above the crowded room, beyond the cigarette perfume, a woman leaned against the balcony rail, like moonlight trapped inside a fairy tale. Brass serenade under the Avalon lights, swinging through another sleepless night. The trumpet soared while lovers held on tight, and champagne shimmered underneath the lights. I sang her name into the cabaret, while jazz guitars kept carrying us away. And even dawn could never steal the sound of that brass serenade swirling all around. The upright bass rolled deep like thunder, brush drums sparkled softly through the haze. Every dancer moved like restless fire, lost inside the orchestra's golden blaze. She smiled down through clouds of cigarette smoke, while trombones melted warm against the air. And somehow every lyric that I whispered felt like it belonged only to her. Then midnight slipped beyond the chandeliers, but nobody was counting hours here. The band kept playing wild and free, like time itself had missed a beat. Brass serenade under the Avalon lights, turning lonely dreamers into stars tonight. The clarinet kept laughing through the glow, while Manhattan glittered far below. I gave the crowd my finest melody, but every note became her memory. And long after the final dancers swayed, the brass serenade still refused to fade. Now years have vanished into silence, the Avalon no longer fills the night. But sometimes when old records start spinning, I still see those chandeliers burning bright. And somewhere through the crackling trumpet echoes, I hear her laughter floating soft and low, like one unforgettable Manhattan evening that the city simply won't let go. Brass serenade under the Avalon lights, where romance lived beneath the brass all night. The ballroom shimmered like a living dream, wrapped in velvet smoke and saxophone sheen. Though the orchestra faded with the dawn, and all the dancing crowds move slowly on, my heart still swings beneath The last trumpet whispered through the sunrise. The marble floors grew quiet once again. But somewhere deep inside Manhattan, that orchestra still calls my name. Bang. The ballroom glowed like liquid gold tonight. Crystal chandeliers burning soft and bright. Waiters floated slowly through the haze, like ghosts rehearsing old forgotten days. The orchestra tuned low beneath the room, clarinets sighing through the perfume. And every polished shoe upon the floor kept spinning dreams I couldn't hold no more. I stepped beneath the lonely spotlight's glow, straightened up my tie and sang it slow, while somewhere in the sea of laughing eyes, my own heartbreak quietly survived. Funny thing about singers, we learn how to smile between the cracks. Chandeliers and cigarette smoke tonight, dancing softly through the amber light. Muted trumpets crying low and blue, like old memories returning out of view. Strangers falling deeply into love, while I keep singing gently from above. And every round of applause through the night feels a little more like goodbye. A young couple swayed beside the band, her fingers resting softly in his hand. The kind of love that only exists before pain, before life teaches hearts about rain. The piano rolled like velvet through the air, and silver laughter echoed everywhere. But hidden underneath the smoke and sound was a loneliness too polished to be found. I watched reflections shimmer through my glass as another midnight slowly passed, and every cigarette burning in the dark looked like tiny stars losing their spark. Some wounds don't bleed, they simply learn perfect posture. Chandeliers and cigarette smoke tonight, old romances glowing warm and white. Clarinet melodies drift through the room, like perfume lingering after June. The ballroom sparkles beautifully somehow, but broken hearts still wear tuxedos now. And every smiling face beneath the gold may be lonelier than they let show. Perhaps that's why the music matters still, because songs can say what silence never will. They carry all the tears we never show, and let them dance where no one else would know. So I keep singing for the crowded room, for strangers wrapped in velvet and perfume, while somewhere underneath the grand display, my own goodbye keeps fading into sway. Chandeliers and cigarette smoke once more, golden shadows drifting across the floor. The orchestra keeps swaying through the years, hiding heartbreak beautifully in cheers. And when the final spotlight disappears and waiters stack the glasses through the tears, I'll bow politely just like every night, while applause fades softly into silence.
Left the ballroom door still spinning, trumpets echoing down the hall, taxi horns and flashing marquees reflected on the boulevard. White wall tires beside the water, city skyline burning bright. Every traffic light felt greener with her perfume in the night. And the jukebox station playing fast swing melodies so sweet turned the whole lakefront highway into rhythm underneath my feet. Oh, that moonlit rhythm on Lakeshore Drive made the whole city move in time. Saxophones dancing through the speakers while the skyline shimmered wide. Her laughter riding with the engine as the shoreline rushed on by, and Chicago swung beside the water like the stars had come alive. Past a diner full of dreamers, coffee steaming near the glass, young couples leaning close together, watching midnight moments pass. Then the radio caught a trumpet bright and reckless through the dark, and suddenly the empty roadway felt like the center of the world somehow, while the bass line rolled like thunder and the tires hummed below. Every neon reflection by the lakeside started dancing with a glow. Oh, that moonlit rhythm on Lakeshore Drive still burns warm inside my soul. Jazz guitars and glowing intersections, making restless spirits whole. Windows open to the night breeze, city lights in endless rows, while Chicago kept on swinging anywhere the river flowed.
The orchestra surges back to life as the radio crackles between trumpet refrains. Somewhere couples still were dancing inside crowded downtown rooms. Somewhere waitresses kept laughing beneath the haze of old perfume. But out there beside the water, with the skyline glowing blue, every mile felt like forever. Every melody felt new. Oh, that moonlit rhythm on Lakeshore Drive never really fades away. It still rides beside the heartbeat of every dreamer chasing yesterday. One more song before the sunrise, one more turn beneath the lights, while Chicago keeps on glowing through the magic of the night. Lakeshore Drive, turning quiet, morning rising pale and slow, but the rhythm of that wild Chicago
refuses to let go. Midnight rain on Lexington, neon trembling in the puddles, and somewhere beneath these city lights, I still see you walking beside me. Wet sidewalks and cigarette smoke, taxi shadows drift and choke. The avenue hums soft and low like an old saxophone letting go. Every window glows pale blue, every passing face feels like you, and Manhattan keeps whispering slow things I already know. Neon blues on Lexington Avenue, rain falling like old memories do. The city shines but not like you, not like those nights we used to move through. And these lonely streetlight dreams still burn through the midnight haze, while saxophones cry softly for love that faded away. There's a jazz bar down the block, same old piano around the clock, same bartender polishing glass, watching lonely ghosts all pass. I sit beside the fogged up pane, listening to the falling rain, while trumpet echoes through the night like broken Broadway lights. Neon blues on Lexington Avenue, silver rain beneath the moon. Your memory drifts through every door like smoke across the room. And somewhere in this sleepless town, where the subway moans below, I keep hearing your footsteps in every place I go. Maybe some hearts belong to cities, to midnight trains and faded pity. Maybe love was always meant to disappear beneath neon reflections. Still I walk these empty streets where old jazz and heartbreak meet, searching every glowing sign for a trace you left behind. Neon blues on Lexington Avenue, one more night lost in the rain. The city keeps on dancing, but nothing feels the same. And those smoky saxophones still play our old refrain, while Manhattan slowly fades into neon rain. Lexington midnight, blue neon skies, soft saxophone, and your goodbye. The ballroom was shining like a nickel in the rain. Trumpets were laughing down a golden refrain. Couples were turning where the chandeliers spun, and midnight was dressed like it came just for fun. I saw her alone by the brass section glow,
moving so easy, so soft and so slow. No gentleman held her, no name on her smile, just pearls on her neckline and mystery in style. The saxophone was winked, the guitar leaned in, the drummer brushed trouble with a delicate grin, and I sang every line like a card in my hand, hoping she'd look toward the band. Pearls beneath the bandstand, moonlight in a lady's eyes. She danced like a secret in a room full of goodbyes. Pearls beneath the bandstand, left where the last notes fall. I found a little piece of her and lost my heart to it all. The band played harder when she crossed the floor. Even the shadows leaned away from the door. The clarinet whispered, the trombone sighed, and every lonely dream in the room came alive. I tipped my hat from the microphone light. She smiled like champagne on a Saturday night. But before I could ask if she'd stay for one tune, she vanished like smoke from a blue velvet room. The bass kept walking, the piano rolled, the city outside turned silver and cold, and I kept singing, though I understand some dreams don't wait for the band. Pearls beneath the bandstand, moonlight in a lady's eyes. She danced like a secret in a room full of goodbyes. Pearls beneath the bandstand, left where the last notes fall. I found a little piece of her and lost my heart to it all. After the laughter, after the wine, after the trumpets packed up in line, I saw them shining near the old brass case like tiny white stars from a vanished face. Maybe she dropped them, maybe she knew, maybe she left me a reason to keep coming through. Now every night when the ballroom swings, I watch the door when the singer sings. I keep those pearls in my jacket vest, close to the pocket above my chest. Some men chase diamonds, some men chase gold, some chase stories that never get old. But I chase a woman with a moonlit glance, who left me pearls and one unfinished dance. Pearls beneath the bandstand, moonlight in a lady's eyes. She danced like a secret in a room full of goodbyes. Pearls beneath the bandstand, left where the last notes fall. I found a little piece of her and lost my heart to it all. So shine up the brass and sweep the floor, leave one candle by the door. If she comes back when the trumpets call, tell her I kept the pearls after all.
The club had closed an hour earlier, last call still lingering in the smoky air. Chairs were resting upside down on tables, and broken melodies were everywhere. I pulled my collar through the cold night silence, past sleeping taxis lined beside the curb. Every puddle carried shattered neon. Every heartbeat echoed without words. Then through the rain I heard a piano floating slowly from a distant lounge, and suddenly her memory returned like smoke that never settles down. Rainy velvet beside Gramercy Park, where lonely souls keep dancing in the dark. The muted trumpets cried beneath the rain, while old romance drifted back again. Her shadow moved through every empty street, like yesterday, still walking next to me. And every drop that touched the midnight spark brought back rainy velvet beside Gramercy Park. Her saxophone was breathing through the silence, soft enough to break a weary heart. Inside the lounge, exhausted dreamers lingered, wrapped in whiskey smoke and after dark. I stood outside beneath the flickering lamplight, watching couples disappear through the haze, and every laughing voice beyond the doorway felt like a ghost from better days. Then the trumpet climbed above the storm, warm enough to keep the night alive, and somewhere in that trembling melody, her goodbye survived. Rainy velvet beside Gramercy Park, where memories glow like cigarettes in dark. The brush drums whispered softly through the blue, while every lonely tune became about you. The city slept beneath the silver rain, but your perfume still drifted through my pain. And all the avenues beneath the stars still lead me back to Gramercy Park. Now every rainy midnight in Manhattan, I wonder where the old jazz shadows stay, searching through forgotten little lounges for one more chance to hear her name. Sometimes when the sidewalks shine like mirrors and distant pianos tremble through the fog, I swear I see her crossing Lexington, then vanishing before I can call. Rainy velvet beside Gramercy Park still lingers deep within my tired heart. The orchestra may fade with passing years, but her memory survives through every tear. The muted trumpet still remembers us. The city still hums low beneath the dusk, and every rainy night beneath the stars I lose myself near Gramercy Park. The rain kept falling through the morning silence. The final cab rolled slowly out of sight, and somewhere in a lonely Manhattan lounge, the piano kept her alive all night. Sharp jackets shining under chandeliers, champagne laughter echoing wall to wall. The orchestra exploded into rhythm as dancing shadows filled the crowded hall. Every trumpet burned like fire, every saxophone moved wild and free. Then through the blur of velvet motion, a pair of golden eyes found me. She spun beside the trumpet line like midnight wrapped in satin shine. And when the drummer struck the beat, the whole room moved beneath our feet. Starlight jackets at the Riviera room, swinging fast beneath the silver moon. The brass kept roaring while the dancer swayed, and every lonely heart forgot the games it played. She pulled me through the glowing chandelier haze like jazz had set the whole wide world ablaze. One final dance became a timeless tune in starlight jackets at the Riviera room. The piano rolled like summer thunder, upright bass shook diamonds from the floor. Couples laughed through clouds of cigarette smoke while waiters rushed with whiskey by the door. Her perfume drifted through the ballroom like roses falling softly after rain. And every time the trumpets lifted, I felt my restless soul awaken again. Then the orchestra slowed its wild parade as midnight melted into cabaret. She whispered low against the sound, "Tonight is all we've really found." Starlight jackets at the Riviera room, where young hearts danced away the gloom. The clarinet went spinning through the heat, while polished shoes kept flying to the swinging beat. Her laughter floated through the crowded night like Broadway glowing endlessly in light. And even now I still relive that tune in starlight jackets at the Riviera room. Now the ballroom lives only in memory, where chandeliers still flicker in my mind. The city changed its rhythm long ago, but some nights never truly leave behind. Sometimes when the rain hits Manhattan and distant jazz drifts softly through the dark, I still can hear that roaring orchestra and feel her fingers reaching through my heart. Starlight jackets at the Riviera room, still shining through the smoke and old perfume. The band played louder than the world outside, while dreamers danced like time was on their side. One fleeting dance became eternal youth in starlight jackets beneath the chandelier true. The last trumpet faded with the sunrise glow. Waiters stacked the glasses slow. But somewhere in the heart of Manhattan, the Riviera still swings on and on. Madison Street was glowing soft tonight, street lamps melting in the summer light, taxi engines humming slow and low, like old lovers too tired to let go. The ballroom sign still shimmered gold and red, exactly like the night she turned my head. And as I pushed the heavy velvet door, I swear I heard her laughter once more. The orchestra was swinging smooth and bright, saxophones dancing warmly through the night, couples drifting slowly cheek to cheek, like time itself had grown too weak to speak. Some memories don't fade, they simply learn how to hide inside music. The ballroom on Madison Street tonight, still wrapped in whiskey, gold and crystal light, jazz guitars trembling soft and sweet, like summer ghosts returning with the beat. Every corner whispers something true, every melody still belongs to you. And though the years keep rolling endlessly, part of my heart still dances here with me. I found the old mahogany bar unchanged, the bartender older but the smile the same. A couple kissed beside the jukebox glow, the very place we stood so long ago. The smoke curled slowly underneath the lamps, while polished shoes moved softly through romance, and every little laugh across the room carried echoes of your old perfume. The band leader raised his hand up high, trumpets bursting brightly toward the sky, and suddenly for one suspended song, it felt like you had never really gone. One old ballroom can hold an entire lifetime between its walls. The ballroom on Madison Street tonight, shimmering softly through the midnight light, the upright bass keeps walking through the years, while memory dances quietly through tears. The chandeliers still sparkle overhead, like all the beautiful things we never said, and every warm saxophone drifting blue still sounds a little bit like you. Perhaps another hand now holds your own, while I keep wandering these songs alone. But some romances never fully die, they linger softly underneath the sky, inside old halls where orchestras still play, and turn forgotten nights to yesterday. The ballroom on Madison Street once more, golden shadows gliding across the floor, the band still swings exactly like before, as if love never left that door. And when the final dance fades into dawn, and all the laughing strangers have moved on, I'll raise
one final whiskey to the past, for the nights we prayed would always last. With last.
Atlantic Avenue glows soft tonight, neon rivers running through the night. Taxi shadows drift through silver rain, while lonely trumpets whisper her name. The midnight air tastes sweet with old perfume, and smoke curls slowly from each velvet room. I walk beneath the theater marquees low, like every light still has somewhere to go. Then through the haze beyond the whiskey bar, a pair of satin gloves beneath the stars. Velvet moon over Atlantic Avenue, casting blue reflections where lonely lovers move. Your eyes burn brighter than the hotel signs, like secret jazz hidden between the lines. Oh, the clarinets begin to sway and steal the silence from the pouring rain. Now every streetlight hums your melody along Atlantic Avenue with me. The lounge was warm with amber-colored light, champagne laughter drifting through the night. A tired piano leaned into the smoke, like you knew every promise lovers broke. You danced as if the city held its breath, soft as moonlight slipping through my chest. Your silhouette moved slow beneath the brass, like some beautiful dream not meant to last. And every saxophone cried soft and low, like the whole room already feared you'd go. Velvet moon over Atlantic Avenue, floating through the rhythm of a love nobody knew. The orchestra wrapped gold around your skin, while midnight slowly pulled us deep within. Oh, the trombones echoed warm and blue, like the restless tide beneath the avenue. Now every rainy window shines your face, somewhere inside this sleepless place. We danced until the last cab rolled away, until the ballroom chandeliers turned gray. No names exchanged beneath that smoky sky, just jazz, moonlight, and one long goodbye. Then dawn arrived beyond the river line, and took your shadow from these hands of mine. Velvet moon over Atlantic Avenue still glows softly where the empty dreamers move. Your perfume lingers in the morning air, like one last slow dance disappearing somewhere. Now the clubs grow quiet, one by one, and Brooklyn fades beneath the rising sun. Still I hear the orchestra playing true, for the velvet
it fading. Footsteps on wet pavement, one last neon shimmer before dawn.